Woo, woo, woosa. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, and here we are with another album review. And I don't know why I'm talking like this. We're checking out the band Mindwar with their debut EP, Hollow, which came out in the year 2018. A little background on them is that they are a five-piece hardcore band out from Belgium. And like I said, they've been working on stuff since about 2018, 2017. Signed to a small label and recently released their debut album on Triple B Records, which I hope to review pretty soon and everything. They're groovy, hard hitting, no nonsense like hardcore band from what I've been told and looked up on them. And yeah, so now I'm gonna review this album. So let's get into it. The opening track to this album, and just like with the name of the album, it kind of feels like it's a bit of a hollow recording from when I was listening to it. The mixing at the start of this album, yeah, kind of hollow and kind of weird. But it does have some groovy guitars. It's a simple, hard-hitting hardcore song, I think. Nothing too flashy, but also nothing too wowing, I think. Hey guys. And then we have the song Hollow, which overall kind of felt kind of boring to me. The guitar seemed a little awkward. The timing seems off. It doesn't seem like a very coherent and well-structured song. It still feels like a rough demo of a song. With the next track, we have Focus, which the band seems to be more focused this time around. The song is tighter and it's structured. And then we have a Focus, which is surprisingly a more focused song because it sounds tighter and it's well structured. There's fun and dynamic playing here. There's some interesting guitar work and vocal patterns here. The vocals have a lot of variety here on this track. They're playing a lot around with their sound a bit. And the guitar sound really mixed well here. And then we dive into one of the best songs on the album, which is called Distrust. It's a very hard-hitting and fast record. They're very tight and very in the pocket on this song, I feel. The guitar and bass are very intense, are very and flowing very well. Drums sound very full body, and overall it has a very catchy sound to it. And here is a little clip of that song, Distrust. So there's a little bit of that catchiness. And then we finally have Never Again. It's a slower track with some grooviness to it. And the one thing that really stood out for me here was the bass. Got a little bit of a bass solo. Sounds really full and very nice. There's a nice heavy breakdown towards the end of the song with some fun guitar solos. Overall, it's a nice song to like play out the EP. And that is my short little review of Mindwar Hollow. As I was listening to this album, I will say it is very a first time album slash demo because there are some parts where it seems a little rough around the edges, and I would say some saving grace that this is their first outing as a band. And the one thing that stood out to me was the guitar work. A lot of the guitars at times seemed a little bit awkward and out of sync, like they weren't timed really well. And then some of the transitions from with the guitars sound a little bit awkward and choppy. Definitely towards the beginning of the EP, but towards the end of the EP, they seem a little bit tighter in their playing. But I will say, like, when they start a song, like they get some good riffs going and everything, and then they transition into another like chord or scale or something, if I'm saying these terms right. They kind of lose some momentum, like that transition just kind of gets a little weird. Overall, some good things about it. The vocals were pretty consistent throughout the album. Sounds like an old man trapped in a younger man's body because he's got a lot of huskiness to it. Drums are very good, very punchy. Next would be, I would say, is the mixing was a little rough at the beginning, but overall, towards the overall package of the album, the production sounds good for what it was, I think, at the time for them being their first album and demo. So overall, not too bad. The only thing I could say is the guitar work was a little bit weird on this album. And so with that being said, I feel like this is a light, very, yeah, could be a more of a 6, but I'm gonna go more leaning towards that it is a 7, but kind of like barely a 7, I think. So yeah, that was my review of Mindwar Hollow. Hopefully I can check out their new album, their debut off of Triple B Records, which is out. Check the links down below for Mindwar. And thanks for coming by, guys. I will